Hello everyone and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I'm of course your host Aaron, and today we're going to talk about WWE's Friday Night Smackdown that took place on July 25th, 2025 at the Rocket Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. So let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. So before we start this video, I want to say I apologize with all the audio and visual things that have been messed up recently. I have no idea what's going on with my Rode 2 mics. I'm trying to figure it out. That's why you can see it. And it's not behind my shirt because there's some kind of like reverber or weird audio shit that's going on. So after that, I just explained that, let's just talk about the WWE Smackdown card that happened. Of course, we know that Hulk Hogan passed away on the 24th. Last week on Thursday. It's unfortunate at the age of 71. WWE SmackDown did start off with a tribute showing some clips from his and highlights from his career. And then we finally got the show where we had the first appearance as Logan Paul came down for an impulsive episode because he was going to call out Jelly Roll because he has a match at SummerSlam where it's him and Drew McIntyre versus Jelly Roll and Randy Orton. Jelly Roll came in the ring after Logan Paul was trashing him. Jelly Roll was trashing him. And he's like, I'm going to fuck you up. And Drew McIntyre slid into the ring, and it was a 2-on-1 situation. Jelly Roll's like, nah, you can't think I'm that stupid, right, brah? And out came Randy Orton after Jelly Roll started singing the verses to Randy Orton's entrance music. As soon as Randy Orton hit the ring, they both beat the shit out of Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Jelly Roll did get a hip toss or some kind of slam onto Logan Paul that actually did kind of look impressive. So I will give Jelly Roll a clap for that. But overall, this took way too long, and the talking just saturates this whole freaking thing. But I am going to give this some bitch down. That's right, it's getting it down. Though I like Drew McIntyre, this isn't how I like to start off my SmackDown. The first match, we had Alexa Bliss with Charlotte Flair versus Roxanne Perez with Raquel Rodriguez. Charlotte Flair came in down to the ring with pom-poms and shit like she's a cheerleader or some crap like that. And then the match basically began. Perez and Bliss traded pin attempts. Perez slapped Bliss. Bliss slaps Perez. Rodriguez tries to get involved, but Charlotte Flair stepped in. Perez distracted the referee while Rodriguez stunned Bliss from the bottom rope. Double jump up moonsault by Perez. Flair tossed Rodriguez over the barricade. Rodriguez attacked Flair. Instead of landing a twisted Bliss on Perez, Bliss chose to dive outside the ring onto Rodriguez. It actually busted Bliss's nose. Bliss slid back into the ring. Perez rolled Bliss up and grabs the victory with a cheap roll-up. I think she held onto the ropes or some shit like that. Roxanne Perez pulls off the victory. I'm going to give this a down because I'm not too sure how the ending was supposed to be. I'm not completely sure if Alexa Bliss busting her nose just led to an early finish, but hopefully at SummerSlam we do get a good women's tag team championship match between these two teams. Then we had Chelsea Green in the back who was talking shit on Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill was behind her, was like, bitch, I'm gonna knock you out. Let's go, we have the match right now. And it was a really short match. Jade Cargill booted Chelsea Green in the face. The Secret Her Service went to check on Green. Then Green takes control of the match after Alba Fire distracted Jade Cargill, which I have no idea why Jade Cargill would fall for that shit, but it's wrestling. And then when Green tried to set her up with the Unprettier, Jade Cargill countered with a Jaded for the win. After the match, the Secret Service came in, started beating the shit out of Jade Cargill, and then Tiffany Stratton came down for the save. Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton were wearing the same identical thing, and they have a match at SummerSlam as well. Whoa, that's so cool. Okay, let's see what else. Cody Rhodes came out. He just talked the same shit over and over again about John Cena being a chump, and he's going to beat him at SummerSlam. Am I looking forward to this match at SummerSlam, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes? A little bit. Do I think Cody's going to win? Yeah, I think something's going to happen. Maybe The Rock might show up. In the back, The Miz, since it is in Cleveland, Ohio, you know, he was talking shit on Jacob Fatu during Jacob Fatu's promo when he was going out and talking about Solo. I'm going to beat your ass at SummerSlam. And The Miz was like, yo, you're a douche. Last time I was here, you kicked me in the face and did your Samoan splash on me and I was injured. Now, I thought that it was because The Miz was done filming The American Gladiator that he was here, but it's probably just because he was in his hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. The Miz versus Jacob Fatu, what can I really say about this shit? Jacob Fatu dominated early, then Solo Sikoa made his way to the ring with the MFTs. They tried to, distract Jacob Fatu. Miz got, control after Jacob Fatu took his eye off the ball. And then Fatu surprised him with a Samoan drop for the win. 1, 2, 3. Miz lost. I'm giving this thing a down. SmackDown was not a very good, wasn't a good show. That's what the word I was looking for, show. I didn't like it, wasn't that great. And after the match, of course, Solo Sikoa and NFTs beat the shit out of Jacob Fatu. Jimmy Uso hit the ring with a chair. He took everybody out until Talalonga, like, pushed off the chair shot that he was getting and then started beating up Jimmy. And then Jimmy was able to get the chair around Solo Sikoa's head when Jacob Fatu started fighting Talalonga. And then Talalonga got up, put Jimmy into the corner, took the chair off Solo Sikoa's head, and then they beat the shit out of Jimmy and Jacob Fatu. And then in the end, Solo Sikoa gave Jacob Fatu the shittiest, fucking, weakest looking Samoan spike I've seen in such a long time. It was garbage. Garbage. What the fuck is going on in the WWE? I mean, it was a fun, quick match, but it just tons of interference and shit like that. And then when the Samoan spike happened, it just looked bad. All right, and finally, the main event of the night was the WWE Tag Team Championship match. It was the Wyatt Six versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. I mean, look, this match didn't actually last really long. SmackDown being 2 hours, they kind of don't have a lot to put on there. The 3-hour show gave more time to a lot more competitors to show more in the ring, and it just didn't do anything for me. Andrade and Phoenix, you know, they double-teamed Gacy and Lumis, who were the tag team champions for the Wyatts. And, yeah, they hit them up with stereo kicks. They did three amigos by Andrade. Lumis pushed Phoenix off the top rope while he was setting up a dive. Gacy almost decapitated Andrade with the upside down. If you're going to ask me what the fuck the upside down is, I have no idea. Then there was, of course, a nice commercial break. And when they came back, Andrade hit Gacy with the message. I guess that's his finisher. And as he was getting the 3 count, what happened? Nikki Cross pulled the referee out on the 2. And Ref Bay, that was her name, called for a disqualification on the Wyatts, which led to a huge-ass brawl happening because Rowan came to the ring, murdered the shit out of Andrade and Phoenix, and then out came the Street Profits, and out came DIY, and out came, what's those other 2 dudes? I can't remember, Fraxium, and Rowan was just kicking everybody's ass. And then Nick Aldis finally came out and was like, look, I'm tired of all you guys fighting with each other. Let's settle this once and for all. At SummerSlam, we are going to have a tables, ladders, and chair match for the tag team titles. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to say something, guys. I'm going to look forward to this match because the last triple threat for the tag team titles that was on SmackDown was a fucking banging match. And the Street Profits pulled off the victory there too. But I'm going to tell you, I'm excited for this. This is probably going to be the best match. I don't know if it's going to be night 1 or 2. If it's night 1 where CM Punk's there, it's not going to be the best match. But if it's night 2, then maybe I'll give it that. Overall, I'm going to give this match a down. Every single match, if I didn't give it a grade, the Jacob Fatu and the Miz down too. SmackDown wasn't great. I didn't think it was slamming at all. Hopefully next week on Monday and Friday, they can put on a better show. That's really it. My name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me with 8 Minutes with Aaron. I will see you next time. We'll go more stuff, more things, and of course, more of me. I'll see you all later. Bye.